is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion three times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds.
Best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him respect no matter what. You got to give him respect. He just went up two weight class where people think he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people think he can't do. I'm still world champion, as you know. I've been a three-division world champion. I've only won one of the belts. Don't know what it is to be undisputed. Don't know that feeling. Do you understand? What he did last night is unbelievable.
Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back when he called out Floyd Mayweather for belittling Terence Crawford after his sensational win over Canelo Alvarez. With fire in his voice, Smith declared that Crawford's achievement was nothing short of historic, becoming undisputed across multiple weight classes, a feat no one else has ever pulled off. He emphasized that Crawford carved his legacy through sweat, skill, and determination and deserves respect, not shade. According to Smith, this victory wasn't just another notch. It was a career-defining moment that cemented Crawford among boxing's immortals, beyond the reach of Mayweather's negativity.
Is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion three times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance.
Jeff Mayweather didn't mince words when reacting to the shock Terence Crawford delivered to Canelo Alvarez. He stressed that this defeat will forever weigh on Canelo's legacy, because Alvarez wasn't just another champion. He was the undisputed ruler of his division, feared for his dominance and respected for his reign. Yet, Crawford dared to climb up in weight, enter Canelo's kingdom, and dethrone him in front of the world. For Jeff, this wasn't some minor slip. It was a permanent stain on Canelo's record, a scar history won't erase. He underlined that true champions are judged by defining nights, and Canelo's defining night became a crushing loss to Crawford.
But either way, you can discuss certainly with Chavez. What does this do to his legacy? Because I don't think he caught, the Floyd fight didn't give him, people didn't really look down on him because he was, even though he had 40 fights, he was still, fighting one of the greatest ever, absolute master in b-ball. He went up weight classes to win. But now he's fighting a smaller guy, a great fighter, but a smaller guy. Does this damage his legacy in any way?
Well, I think it does. I think it does. One thing it is that, moving when he had a weight class. And he had a weight class for a while. Can't say he have power. He came to this box.
And even though it's another, future Hall of Famer, still losing the guy come up a couple weight classes, kind of makes you seem not as great as you might have been.
Stephen A. Smith was blown away by Terence Crawford's stunning victory and let his admiration be heard loud and clear. He reminded everyone that he was there, live, to witness this historic spectacle, which made the moment even more powerful for him personally. Smith declared that no fighter in the long, storied history of boxing has ever accomplished what Crawford just did, moving up in weight and dismantling a dominant king like Canelo Alvarez with such authority. He hailed it as a career-defining triumph that separates Crawford from the pack, ensuring this night will echo through time. For Smith, it wasn't merely a fight, it was a monumental redefining of greatness itself.
This was Terence Bud Crawford moving up two weight divisions, really three in my mind, because we only fought one fight at the junior middleweight division. So he's really moving up from 147 pounds, okay? Terence Bud Crawford moving up to the 168-pound limit in an effort to claim the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world from the grasp of Saul Canelo Alvarez. Now, I was there. I was there. Because let me tell you something right now. There's very, very few sporting events in the world that are better than a super fight in Vegas. I can tell you that right now. There's very, very few events. Props to Nick Khan of the WWE.
After the fight, Terence Crawford's trainer delivered a powerful message. His fighter has nothing left to prove. He insisted that Crawford has already climbed to a level where respect should come automatically, yet frustratingly, some critics still hold back the recognition he deserves. Despite dismantling one of the biggest icons in boxing, Crawford continues to battle doubters outside the ropes. The trainer made it clear that Terence isn't even focused on another fight right now, because his destruction of Canelo Alvarez is more than enough to cement his place among the all-time greats. For Crawford, this was never about chasing names. It was about building a legacy that demands respect and cannot be denied.
Terence Crawford. And his well-renowned trainer, two-time trainer and future Hall of Fame trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, recently did an interview in which Bomac stated that a fight is not happening. And this fight that everybody wanted to see Canelo Alvarez take, and Canelo Alvarez refused to fight. With a 28-year-old two-division world reigning WBC light heavyweight, former two-time WBC super middleweight, most Ecuadorian superstar, was one of my favorite fighters. Good person. The domestic Ecuadorian monster. It was 30 wins, no losses, 24 wins by way of knockout. He had 6'2" with 75-inch arm and fights at 175. But the entire time David Benavidez was fighting at 168, Canelo Alvarez was brought in, and he never accepted the fight. And so, with that said, now people are trying to project this fight on Terence Crawford. And they're saying that Terence Crawford needs to fight. So Bomac yesterday did an interview, and Bomac said they're not fighting David Benavidez. And so now people are pushing this notion that Terence Crawford is nothing, and Terence Crawford is skin of David Benavidez. And if he don't fight David Benavidez, according to Boxing News 24,
Timothy Bradley delivered one of the strongest takes in the aftermath, placing Terence Crawford shoulder to shoulder with Floyd Mayweather in the greatest of all-time debate. Bradley insisted that Crawford's name now belongs at the very top, not just because he beat Canelo Alvarez, but because he redefined what it truly means to be pound-for-pound number one. He pointed out that while Mayweather perfected the art of boxing in his era, Crawford just showcased something even more extraordinary, stepping up in weight and dismantling Canelo at his absolute peak. In Bradley's eyes, this wasn't just a win. It was the kind of moment that propels Crawford into a sacred realm reserved only for the sport's immortals.
It might be too late now. It might be too late, because guess what? He done. Ain't nothing else he needs to do. Ain't nothing else he needs to do in boxing. Yep. Y'all doubt him now? Y'all doubt him now? I saw some of y'all goofies on y'all channels. You come here and you get the real over here. That's what you get over here. You want the real? You want a real breakdown from a real fighter, a Hall of Famer? That's what you do. You come right here and you gonna get the real, and you gonna get the truth. Dang it. That's what you gonna get. Leave them other lames alone. Come right on over here. Yeah, and get the truth and nothing but the truth. I've been trying to tell y'all for years about this. Been trying to tell y'all for years about Terence Crawford. Everybody put his resume down.
Roy Jones Jr. gave a thoughtful breakdown of Crawford's stunning triumph, highlighting the key difference between this win and Floyd Mayweather's victory over Canelo years ago. He explained that when Mayweather faced Canelo, the Mexican star was still young, inexperienced, and not yet the dominant force he would later become. Floyd outclassed him with skill and ring IQ, but Crawford's challenge was far tougher. Crawford took on a fully mature, battle-tested Canelo, the same fighter who had ruled his division with iron dominance for years. Despite being the smaller man, Crawford dismantled him. For Roy, that makes the achievement extraordinary, because Crawford conquered a stronger, sharper, and far more dangerous version of Canelo.
Generational great in Canelo Alvarez, really 3 weights above his natural weight class. Does that put him in the conversation with the likes of yourself as the greatest fighter of all time?
It does, and the reason it does is because he couldn't get the credibility down in his own weight class, so he went up to go challenge himself to fight it. And he found a very formidable, good opponent.
Do you think Canelo Alvarez is on the decline or not?
No, I don't think it's on decline at all.
So you think both fighters still at their peak, even though they're 36, 37?
Yeah, I think they're both still at their peak. The age for Crawford would seem like he may be beyond it, but he hasn't had the fights, the tough fights to put him there. And the years of boxing for Canelo would have put him in a position where they're about equal. So I think they both are pretty much in a great place. I think they're both still in their primes, and this is the best time to see them fight.
Terence Crawford's demolition of Canelo Alvarez wasn't just a fight, it was a statement that shook the very foundation of boxing. He walked into the ring as the underdog, climbed 2 divisions, and walked out as the man who redefined greatness. From legends like Roy Jones Jr. and Andre Ward to trainers and analysts worldwide, the consensus is undeniable. Crawford has etched his name into history in a way that can never be erased. This wasn't luck, this wasn't hype, this was pure dominance at the highest level. And now, the only question left is, are we witnessing the greatest fighter of this generation? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive boxing content.